Welcome back to Rise Entertainment 360. Our first guest is a Broadway star who's taking off his kinky boots to embody the life of the late, great Whitney Houston. Kevin Smith Kirkwood, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. A pleasure to be here.
Now, we have to start off by talking about Kinky Boots because you've been in this show for over 5 years and still killing it every single night. What's it like to be in such a loved production for so long?
It's amazing. It's fun. We're so lucky at Kinky Boots because we're still able to spread this message of love and acceptance, and people are still coming and enjoying it. It's a rare hit to last this long on Broadway. We just surpassed, actually, Oklahoma as the 31st longest running Broadway show.
Wow.
So, and that obviously doesn't happen very often. So. To stumble upon this in your career is just a blessing. It's a beautiful thing.
Definitely blessings, because you've also been receiving rave reviews and awards for this role. Tell us about your character.
In Kinky Boots, I play an angel called Antoinette Cookie Puss, and the angels are Lola's backup drag queens, basically. And Lola is the title character well, she's the lead character of Kinky Boots. She's a black drag queen who helps save a dying shoe factory by convincing them to sell kinky boots.
Literally, right?
Literally, find that niche market.
Right.
And they discover that they have more in common than they ever thought. So there are universal issues of love and acceptance and father issues. So people come together and help each other and again discover that they have more in common than they have different.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What do people say to you after you finish a performance, you go outside and the fans are waiting there? What do they say?
Some people are moved, people are hyped because the show ends on such a fun note. The finale of the show is called Just Be / Raise You Up. And people come out of the show just smiling and glowing. And at the stage door, people are just so grateful for the message that we're sharing. I mean, young kids have literally brought their parents to the show and then come out to their parents afterwards.
Wow.
We're just so constantly inspired by how the show is able to affect people.
Yeah,
so it's a beautiful thing.
I know my mother saw it. She loved it. You have to see this play. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I have to also talk about performing it every single night. Was it 8 performances a week?
8 shows a week.
Does it ever get old? Do you ever get like, okay, here we go, it's just get routine for you? How do you make it fresh every night?
Well, you know what? Listen, after you do anything for a certain amount of time, there are days where it feels more like work than others, is what we like to say.
Okay.
But when you love what you do, it's easy to get out there, and even on those days where you're feeling a little down or a little low energy, to really dig into the message of the show. And the show is so high energy that it's tough to give a low energy performance if you really commit to the fun and the excitement of the music and the dancing. The music's by Cyndi Lauper, so it's fun and high energy. So even on those days where it feels more like work, we're lucky that the show is so upbeat and fun that it kind of takes over, you know what I mean? And it kind of wins us over. So by the end of it, and when that audience stands up at the end, man, how can you not just feel great?
Right, it's very true. Well, from the Queen Cyndi Lauper and Queen Lulu in the play, to another Queen, Whitney Houston, you have to tell us about your performances that are coming up at the pub about Whitney Houston.
Yes, Classic Whitney Alive.
Okay.
Is the title of the show. It is a tribute show that I created to the one and only Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, indeed, the voice. And I had the idea for the show because I've seen other people do tribute shows to artists where they take a live performance that they did and do it, word for word, beat for beat, arrangement for arrangement. And I wanted to give Whitney that treatment. And Whitney performed songs live, and she would take the song and transform it. She could do the same song 3 different times in 3 different concerts, and it would feel totally different. So I wanted to capture that. So I came up with the idea that Whitney is reincarnated in my body for a one-night-only retrospective concert in celebration of some of her most iconic live performances. So we take iconic live performances that she did throughout her career, both on TV and in concert, and we do them arrangement for arrangement, and I give the illusion of Whitney Houston, and we celebrate like we like to say, the music and the good times.
Well, in order to pull this off, you actually have to be able to sing like Whitney Houston, right? So, I mean, it's only appropriate you give us a little taste, a little something.
Oh, you're going to ask me for that?
Did you warm up in the green room?
I did not warm up in the green room.
Get your memes in. Me.
Me. You. The falsetto's, it's warming up in the falsetto.
I see it. I heard a little run. It was there.
Listen, no, what I like to say is, of course, no one will ever be Whitney Houston.
Very true.
She was the voice for a specific reason. The tone quality, the timbre, the power, the control, the stamina, the beauty of her voice. That's what goes without saying. And of course, anyone who steps up and says that they're going to sing Whitney Houston music has to sort of believe that they have the goods.
Yeah, you have to bring it.
You have to bring it.
It's like those competition shows when everyone says, I'm going to sing a Whitney Houston song. Everyone's like, oh no, don't do it.
Exactly.
It's been done so many times, and to compare yourself to Whitney is very difficult. So how do you prepare?
Well, that's why we say that she's reincarnated in my body. So it's my vocal cords. But
give her justice?
How do I prepare to give her justice? Well, of course, I've researched and watched hundreds of hours of footage of Whitney performing. Secondly, I think I've actually been preparing for this my whole life. Ever since I was a young boy, I also sang in church. I was a high belter as a kid. I always sang Whitney Houston's music. I actually remember when I was in the 6th grade and I try to tell this story as often as I can. I sang The Greatest Love of All at a community center function, and one of the board of directors of the program anonymously offered to pay for me to have voice lessons.
Wow.
And that was my reaction. I sang in church. I never thought that it could be something that I could do for a living or a career. So that really validated my talent and what I was doing, and also made me feel closer to Whitney's music. So throughout my whole life, I've always sang Whitney's music. And then every time, on Halloween or in theater productions where I've done drag, everyone would say that I looked like Whitney. So that also sort of gave me the confidence to think that I could pull this off. And, when people come to see my show, there's that first 10 minutes where especially people who don't know me, which a lot of people don't when they see the show, where people are sort of just watching and listening. Because, and taking it all in, and they're sort of, and you can see on their faces that they're sort of evaluating what the night is going to be like, and really kind of judging my chops right away. And I think we tend to win them over.
So by the end of the night, they're on their feet cheering and screaming?
By the end of the night, they're definitely on their feet cheering. And with an appreciation and a love for Whitney, and also appreciation and a love for my singing talent, I think.
Well, there's so much to love Whitney for. What's the one thing that you love or take away from her longevity on this earth, her career?
I think I take, and especially after seeing this last documentary film and the film even last year, and what I've known throughout her life and her career, I take she's an amazing example of what you can do with raw talent, the right people behind you, and an amazing, incredible amount of hard work, and the things that you can get through in your career, even when things in your personal life seem to be not going your way, or are not ideal. The things that she was able to accomplish in spite of all of the things that she was dealing with in her personal life and in her spirit, I think is amazing and a testament to the strength of people.
Yeah. So what do you hope people walk away from your Whitney tribute with, or thinking or feeling?
I want people to walk away thinking, that boy really loves some Whitney.
And
can sing. And then I hope that they go home and that the show makes them want to go on YouTube and Google every Whitney performance that we did or represented on stage, and celebrate all the other music that she made. That's what I hope.
And we want them to Google you too, so tell them where they can reach
That's
you.
right, that's right. Kevin Smith Kirkwood on Facebook, Kevin Smith Kirkwood on Instagram, K Smith Kirkwood on Twitter, and my website is kevinsmithkirkwood.com.
And tell us how we can go see the Whitney show.
You can get tickets at kevinsmithkirkwood.com, or you can also go to joespub.org and purchase tickets there. We're
But
doing.
there's a limited time, right?
There's a limit.
4 performances?
4 performances. August.
How are you going to tease us with just 4? We need like a whole month-long run.
Well, usually they're just one, so.
Okay, so this is good. We're getting some bonuses out of it.
Exactly. August 5th, 6th, 12th, and 13th.
5th, 6th, 12th, and 13th.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to go check it out, and hopefully everyone else will go check it out as well.
Please do.
All right,
You'll
thank you
love
so
it.
much. And they can also see you in Kinky Boots.
Come see Kinky
Come
Boots.
see them on Broadway.
That's right.
All right, thank you so much. Continued success.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Arise 360, we'll be right back.